Hello there, people of the internet. This is probably going to be a short video, but I'm still going to make it because there's a lot of people out there who seem to wholeheartedly think that you can't actually enjoy a hobby and everything that you do has to be imparted into some sort of completely practical nature at all times, no matter what it is that you're doing. My personal belief, if your hobby is, say, old firearms, then as long as you're doing it safely, I don't care how it is that you do it. If you don't really want to take these out to shoot them and you just want to have them on the wall and talk about them, dude, go for it. If you do want to take them out and shoot it, but you don't really shoot beyond 50 yards, then dude, go for it. If you take them out and shoot surplus ammo and you clean your rifle and you know all the stuff that you got to do with the old corrosive stuff, go for it. If you only want to fire modern ammo through your old guns, then by all means, you do you. Bottom line, it doesn't matter how it is that you decide to enjoy your hobby, go for it. If you're happy with what it is that you do, by all means, enjoy yourself. But the problem I have lays with the people who wholeheartedly think that absolutely everything that they do cannot be based off of enjoyment or entertainment. I think it has to be for some practical purpose. As a matter of fact, I got this right here. This is my Delton DTI 15. As you can see, it's an entry-level AR, but this right here is my coyote gun, and for what it is that I actually use it for, my coyote hunting, it's set up pretty well. We got ourselves a white light on it, we got a red dot, we got a 3-time magnifier on it, and we got some backup aluminum iron sights on it, and this rifle right here has served me extraordinarily well. I have a heavy barrel on this particular one simply because if I'm going after coyotes, I tend to shoot at them from across the field, and I need my accuracy, and there's oftentimes multiple of them, and having a pencil barrel, that heats up rather quickly, and you get a loss of accuracy versus something like a heavier barrel on it. You retain accuracy a little bit better, but you do sacrifice a little bit of weight on it. But for all intents and purposes, this right here is a practical firearm. This right here is something that I would use for most of the things that I would ever need a firearm for. And I understand getting to know your practical firearm well enough to be competent enough with it to be able to solve whatever situation it is that you might come across. This right here is not something that I would necessarily bet my life on, but I feel like I could do worse. I do have better setups, but this is just what I have within arm's length, so this is what I'm grabbing. And this is a practical gun. That is a tool for a job. In this particular case, that job is hunting coyotes predominantly at night, which is why I have that white light on it. This, as you can see behind me, the old wood guns that were designed in the 1800s, this is a hobby. This is something that I do for fun. I'm not out there running a bolt-action Mauser on a range with the intention of using it for a practical purpose. I'm not out there thinking to myself, okay, I have this Car 98, and although I have my primary firearms that I would normally use in whatever situation it is that I would come across, I'm gonna, for whatever reason, be using my 5-shot bolt-action Mauser. I believe in being confident enough with these secondary firearm systems to be able to use them in the event that you absolutely had to, because they're going to be a better-than-nothing option. But they are not something that I'm going to go to, like, as a first choice. And that should be the same case with absolutely everybody out there. If you have this and that's all you have, by all means, like I said, better than nothing, but this is fun. This is entertainment. You can go out and get things that would normally be practical. You can go out and get things just for the enjoyment and entertainment of what it is that you're doing, and that's what this stuff right here is. I have had a lot of people comment on the YouTube channel or say something on the gun range, whether I'm at the public range or having friends over or something, at my own private range or whatever it is that's going on. They'll tell me I'm doing it wrong whenever I'm out there running whatever it is that I'm running. Like, actually, here's an example. Actually, here's a better example with me thinking about it. I have some B-roll footage that I put out every so often, and they're of me running a Mauser or Mosin or whatever bolt-action rifle it is that I'm running. And I'm out there just mag dumping, going bang, bang, just blasting away at essentially a pile of garbage that's 20 yards away, and I'll get a bunch of people that go into my comments section and they'll tell me, oh, your trigger discipline is horrible, or don't yank the trigger, you're supposed to slowly squeeze it, or something like that. I'm like, guys, I'm not here practicing practical shooting. I'm here mag dumping into garbage or the car or whatever it is that I'm shooting at, which is literally just a couple of yards away. I'm out here running this thing as fast as I can. Like, I'm not here practicing my practical shooting. Or I get the people that go into the comments below and they're like, oh, you'll be much more accurate if you bench rest. You should never shoot offhand if you have the opportunity to bench resting. If you're not being shot at, then you always have the opportunity to bench rest. And I'm like, I'm not gonna set up a bench rest at this range because I don't feel like it. I don't feel like going through the time and the effort to set up a bench rest, especially because I'm not accuracy testing these rifles. I'm out here literally just mag dumping into garbage, having fun. And that is what like 95% of my shooting is. It's fun. I understand the fundamentals. You guys have seen me shoot, and I can shoot well, and I can shoot accurately. Even with these old school guns, I can step up to the plate and do some pretty impressive shooting in comparison to the average person. Although I don't want to sound like I'm trying to toot my own horn. Is that the expression I'm looking for? I don't want to sound like I'm trying to pat myself on the back, but my point is I already understand the fundamentals. I get it. I understand the importance of training with those fundamentals to make sure that you don't lose them. And trust me, I run particular firearms in particular fashions, but it just doesn't make entertaining videos. And it's not entertaining to me, and I don't like doing things like that, and I bet a lot of you guys don't either. The fun part is going out and mag dumping into garbage or shooting beer cans off of your post for your fence, or I don't know, destroying gallons of water because they're like 97 cents down at the local grocery store, and you got a bunch of soft points left over from hunting season because you never actually got yourself a deer, and you're like, oh, well, this will be cool. Or destroying watermelon in such a fashion to where you got like little watermelon plants growing all over the place now as a result of your actions. Bottom line, you can have fun with it. You're allowed to have fun with it. You don't have to have perfect form every time that you do something. You don't have to have a reason for enjoying the hobby that you decide to enjoy. You can go out and just enjoy it. You don't have to be training every time you fire your firearm. You can literally just go out and mag dump into garbage. You're allowed to do that, especially if you have the money for it. And was kind of expensive nowadays. But I'm a hand loader, so I don't really feel the effects of that, especially since I make my own gunpowder. If you want to train for practical purposes, by all means, you do whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to spend all of your trigger time practicing, you know, your trigger presses and practicing your absolutely everything that goes into it, then hats off to you. Like I said, you do you. Whatever decision it is that you decide to make for yourself, that's on you. My decision is I really like going out with my Mosin and clinking steel at 100 yards, but I also like going out with my Mosin and mag dumping into the car that's 10 yards away that I have on my gun range up in North Florida. I really like loading black powder into my Oviedo Mauser. For some reason, just the rifling on that lends itself extraordinarily well to being very accurate with black powder. Like, black powder fouling doesn't seem to affect it at all, and I don't understand why. That's just the way that it is. But long story short, that's just the things I enjoy doing, and you're allowed to enjoy it. I'm allowed to enjoy it. Don't tell me that I'm not allowed to take my guns out and shoot them however it is that I want. They're my guns, my ammo. If I want to go out and mag dump into garbage, I can do that. And so can you. Don't let anyone else tell you how to run your particular firearms. As long as you're doing it in a safe manner, then hats off to you. If you want to go out and send 1,000 rounds of 8mm Mauser through your Mauser into the dirt pile that's right in front of you with no target whatsoever, dude, you can do that. Or if you want to go out and train with your high gear spec ops AR, whatever variant it is that you're running. I'm not quite sure if I'm allowed to say variants on YouTube because they're cracking down, so I had to kind of stop myself with that sentence. Then you do that. If that's what you want to do, then you do that. So I think I've said my piece here. I think you guys understand well enough. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below is a link to all sorts of stuff. Go check it out. You guys go off. Have yourself a fantastic day. I'll see you on the next episode. Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.